morning. My name is Jennifer Malloy, and I'm CEO of Royal University Hospital Foundation. Welcome to RUH. RUH Foundation acknowledges we are in Treaty 6 territory and the homeland of the Métis. We pay our respect to the First Nations and Métis ancestors of this place and reaffirm our relationship with one another. On behalf of RUH Foundation's volunteer board of directors, joining us this morning including Board Chair Aaron Eccleston and board members Dr. Marilyn Bates, Landon Fair, and Graham Blue, I want to express our sincere gratitude to you for taking time from your busy schedule to be with us. Thank you. I also want to welcome our speakers for today's special announcement. The Honorable Jeremy Cockrell, Minister of Health, Dr. Michael Kelly, Provincial Head of Surgery with the Saskatchewan Health Authority and University of Saskatchewan, Dr. Amit Prasad, RUH Neurosurgeon and Clinical Fellow, Epilepsy Surgery, University of Western Ontario, and again, Aaron Eccleston, our Board Chair. We will hear from each of our guests in a few moments regarding the power of philanthropy and partnerships in advancing patient care, innovation, and excellence at RUH. In addition, I want to acknowledge in the audience today Mr. Corey Tucker, Member of Parliament, Saskatoon University, Mr. Kevin Waugh, Member of Parliament, Saskatoon Grasswood, the Honorable Ken Cheveldayoff, Minister of Advanced Education, Ingrid Kirby, Assistant Deputy Minister, Ministry of Health, Her Worship Mayor Cynthia Block, and Councillor Zach Jeffries. Saskatchewan Health Authority members here today: John Ash, Vice President, Integrated Saskatoon Health, Dr. Mark Fenton, Physicians Executive, Integrated Saskatoon Health, Kelly Johnson, Executive Director of Tertiary and Surgical Services, and Lisa Cork, Provincial Director of Neurosciences. And I would also like to provide a very warm welcome to all of our healthcare workers who have turned out today. We thank you for the exceptional care that you provide to your patients, some of whom will greatly benefit from today's announcement. RUH Foundation, through the support of our donors, has been instrumental in supporting RUH in its role as the largest and preeminent clinical, teaching, and research hospital in Saskatchewan. Donor generosity has enabled RUH's dedicated and skilled healthcare providers to meet the evolving standards of care demanded by modern medicine and that patients deserve. Philanthropy is more than just the act of giving. It truly is a catalyst for change, transformational change. Community support provides RUH with the additional resources it needs to purchase new state-of-the-art equipment, introduce innovative medical procedures and programs for patients right here in Saskatchewan, nurture groundbreaking research, and recruit and retain highly specialized healthcare providers at RUH. Our community's tradition of helping keep RUH at the forefront of modern medicine continues this morning. Please join me in welcoming Foundation Board Chair Aaron Eccleston to share some exciting news.
Thank you, Jennifer. Welcome ministers, special guests, and everyone in the audience this morning. Royal University Hospital plays a leading role in saving lives and improving the quality of life for the most ill and injured patients in our province. RUH is the provincial referral center for the investigation and the treatment of patients living with epilepsy. It's home to the only seizure investigation unit in our province. Royal University Hospital's mission is to advance education, research, and patient care here at RUH through excellence in philanthropy. And this morning, I am pleased to share with you a new fundraising campaign to help advance seizure care in our province. It is my honor to announce a new $1.2 million fundraising campaign in support of a neurosurgical robot and deep brain imaging guidance technology here at RUH that will offer individuals living with drug-resistant epilepsy a chance at a better quality of life. RUH looks forward to working with our donors in bringing this minimally invasive robotic technology to the Royal University Hospital. There's a saying that the very best hospitals are found in generous communities. And we're extremely grateful to live in a community where donors care about RUH and its patients. Our donors are forward thinkers. They help RUH adapt to the constantly changing healthcare environment. One of those donors is Saskatoon philanthropist Merlis Belcher and his family. Since 1987, Merlis and his family have given generously to the RUH Foundation, giving us additional resources to enhance the patient experience and outcomes here at the hospital. This morning, joining us in the audience are Merlis Belcher, his son Patrick, and granddaughter Erin. And I'm extremely humbled to be making the following announcement on their behalf. Merlis Belcher and family are making an inspirational gift of $700,000 to help bring world-class robotic technology to RUH and our province. The family's gift comes in two parts. First, a pledge to double the impact of other donations by matching them up to $600,000. Second, an additional $100,000 to support additional costs such as training in helping move forward the Neurosurgical Robotic Program at the Royal University Hospital. Merlis, Patrick, Erin, on behalf of everyone here in the audience this morning and the residents of Saskatchewan, thank you. Thank you for your commitment to healthcare and patient care here at RUH. Your generosity is truly appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you again to Merlis, Patrick, and Erin. I've had the privilege of knowing Merlis for almost 20 years, and I can tell you that he is kind, warm, and very funny. I can also tell you that he takes his philanthropy as seriously as he takes his business. He asks very hard questions as he needs to clearly understand the impact on the community and wants to ensure that it is innovative and novel. We are so grateful, Merlis, for the time you took to very thoughtfully consider this initiative and for ultimately believing in us enough to support it. Your gift today will provide new hope to the thousands of patients in Saskatchewan living with epilepsy. Thank you for your continued selfless support of others. This actually marks the third robot that Merlis has supported in our healthcare system. The first was in 2012 when he gifted Saskatchewan with his first robot, a clinical robot for RUH, which was named Patrick, in honor of his youngest son. The second, a surgical robot for St. Paul's Hospital in 2022, named in memory of his son, Daryl. And today, in recognition of Merlis's lead gift in advancing epileptic care in the province, it is my honor to announce that the robot will be affectionately named Erin to honor Merlis's granddaughter for her devotion to the nursing profession in Saskatoon and her steadfast dedication to her patients. I know how proud you are of your granddaughter and the importance you place on ensuring healthcare providers have the most up-to-date equipment and technology to do their life-saving and life-altering work. Again, thank you for your generosity. Join me in welcoming Health Minister Jeremy Cockrell.
Well, good morning, everyone. I'm pleased to be here today to share in this groundbreaking initiative that will have a profound impact on epilepsy patient care here in our great province of Saskatchewan. With 1 in 100 Canadians affected by epilepsy and approximately 12,000 residents of our province living with the condition, our government is committed to providing the best healthcare options for those affected by epilepsy. Today marks the launch of an important funding campaign for epilepsy care in this province, and led by the Royal University Hospital Foundation, the funds will introduce a robotic stereotactic assistance unit right here at the Royal University Hospital. First, I'd like to acknowledge and thank the Royal University Hospital Foundation team for their leadership in advancing this initiative, as well as all the community supporters who continue to make transformative contributions to healthcare in our province. I'd also like to recognize the Merlis Belcher family for their generosity and commitment to this campaign and really the support of other healthcare initiatives that have been talked about, and really appreciate your family's support and really your everyday involvement in our healthcare system, Erin, through your important work as a nurse in this city of Saskatoon. As Jennifer mentioned, the Merlis-Belcher family has pledged to match donations up to $600,000 over the next 3 months, and that is a remarkable demonstration of their dedication to improving the health for all Saskatchewan residents. This new unit is a cutting-edge piece of technology that will significantly improve the precision and effectiveness of neurosurgical procedures for patients living with epilepsy and other neurological conditions. This robot will enable more precise diagnoses, safer surgeries, and quicker recovery times, all contributing to improved patient outcomes and a higher quality of life. And by reducing wait times, it ensures that patients will receive the specialized care with as little delay as possible. What's more is with the introduction of this technology, Saskatchewan will join 6 other facilities across Canada currently offering these procedures for epilepsy. Now, the Royal University Hospital Foundation is also supporting fellowship training for a Saskatchewan-based neurosurgeon, Dr. Prasad, currently receiving additional specialized training in London, Ontario. And when Dr. Prasad returns to Saskatchewan full-time, he'll be fully equipped with the skills and expertise to operate this advanced technology. And I had an opportunity before we started this morning just to hear directly from Dr. Prasad about kind of how unique this will be in our province and in Western Canada, and we look forward to these services being offered under your guidance right here in the province and right here in the city of Saskatoon. Now, this investment in training and professional development is crucial to building the capacity of our healthcare system and ensuring that Saskatchewan has the specialized expertise it needs as our province grows. This initiative underscores our ongoing commitment to advancing healthcare innovation and attracting highly skilled physicians to our province. The addition of this assistance unit, along with the training of specialized professionals, will not only improve care for people with neurological conditions, but will also help to make Saskatchewan a more attractive place for leading healthcare professionals to practice. This in turn contributes to the sustainability and strength of our provincial healthcare system as we continue to improve services for everyone in our province. Just in closing, I'd like to thank all of our partners. We talked about Merlis-Belcher and his family, we talked about Dr. Prasad, talked about the folks at the Saskatchewan Health Authority. Dr. Kelly is here as well, our provincial head of surgery, and really the healthcare professionals that work here every day at Royal University Hospital, as well as the foundation supports that support the good work happening. Thank you everyone for being here today. This is an exciting announcement for this facility. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Cockrell. To learn more about what this technology means for RUH, I'd like to call Dr. Michael Kelly to the stage.
Thank you very much, Ms. Malloy. This is one of many events where I've had the privilege of immediately speaking after a Minister of Health, who is usually much more polished than me, so thank you again for organizing it that way. Thank you, Minister Cockrell, and to everybody here today, good morning. I am Michael Kelly, Provincial Head of Surgery for the Saskatchewan Health Authority and the University of Saskatchewan. I'm very pleased to be here for this groundbreaking event for the neurosurgery stereotactic seizure robot at Royal University Hospital and to celebrate this huge step forward in seizure treatment. I was previously head of neurosurgery in this facility for 5 years, and this was something that I really thought was critical to bring to the people in this province. We're grateful to the generosity of the Royal University Hospital Foundation and their donors, notably Merlis-Belcher family, who have committed matching funds of up to $600,000 and fundraising efforts over the next 3 months. I would also like to celebrate partnership between Royal University Hospital, their generous donors, Saskatchewan Health Authority, the University of Saskatchewan College of Medicine, and the Ministry of Health. Together we can do so much to improve healthcare in this province. I'd like to acknowledge the entire teams supporting provincial epilepsy programs who are integral to the success of this RUH program. These are the epilepsy neurologists, the neurology division, our clinical neurophysiologists, neuroscience leadership, technologists, clinical coordinators, program nurse practitioners, neuropsychology team, managers, admin staff, unit, 6,300 neurosciences inpatient team, and all of the SHA leadership. As you can tell from this list, this is part of an incredibly complex team that does this kind of work. Today, we're here to talk about the Surgery Epilepsy Robot. Epilepsy is a very common condition. Approximately 4,000 people in the province may be candidates for epilepsy surgery. For select patients, it can be highly effective treatment, one of the most effective surgical treatments in humans, actually. Our goal is to increase access to surgical options for those who would benefit. There's been significant progress in our epilepsy program with substantial investments already made to enhance care. This includes recruitment of the neurologists, other skilled professionals and creation of specialized spaces like RUH 6300 inpatient epilepsy monitoring unit. The addition of a surgical robot will further enhance our capabilities, enabling much more precise and efficient surgeries. This technology will not only improve patient outcomes, but also reduce recovery times, offering a significant advancement in the care we provide. The Surgery Epilepsy Robot is a very specialized surgical tool that neurosurgeons and neurologists use to understand what's causing a patient to have seizures. It enables much more efficient insertion of electrodes into the brain to identify seizure location and focus. Dr. Prasad will speak a little bit more about his application of this robot. Once the location of the seizure has been identified by the electrodes, the epilepsy team, including the surgeons, can then place the patient under highly effective surgical treatment. Again, this is performed at Royal University Hospital. And as we heard, there are only a handful of centers now in Canada that are offering this specialized epilepsy surgery care. Importantly, and mentioned before, neurosurgeons with training or fellowship in surgical epilepsy will utilize this specialized equipment, and Dr. Prasad's addition to the team will build on our capacity. As the program continues to evolve, we have successfully recruited Dr. Prasad here, and so having this specialized robotic technology and the entire team that you've heard about enables our province to be competitive with other national and international centers for recruitment of epilepsy neurosurgeons. Dr. Prasad is one of 6 physicians currently receiving fellowship training by the Royal University Hospital, which is critical for our retention and recruitment of physicians. I actually am a graduate of that program, sadly a couple of decades ago, but it was critical for my return to the province as well. Dr. Prasad is currently training in London, Ontario, where he's learning these advanced techniques that we'll now hear about. He's training with world-renowned specialists who will bring this back to Saskatchewan. And I'm very proud of the work done by the entire epilepsy team at RUH. Once again, thank you to the Belcher family for their significant and critical contribution, along with Royal University Hospital Foundation and its many generous donors. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Kelly, for your insight on how the new robotic system will help advance seizure care in Saskatchewan. As technology, equipment, and clinical best practices advance at warp speed, so too does the need to support our healthcare professionals in learning new ways of doing things and operating the most modern devices. Since 2005, RUH Foundation has provided financial assistance to more than 50 physicians in order for them to acquire new subspecialty skills from world leaders in their fields. In return, they bring these highly sought-after subspecialty skills back to RUH for the benefit of their patients. RUH neurosurgeon and U of S College of Medicine graduate Dr. Amit Prasad is one of RUH Foundation's fellowship grant recipients this year. Dr. Prasad is currently midway through an intensive 1-year training program in epilepsy surgery at the University of Western Ontario, acquiring the necessary skills to operate the robot when it arrives at RUH. Dr. Prasad represents the next generation of specialists in our community. We are extremely fortunate to have Dr. Prasad here, who is able to find time between surgery yesterday, surgery tomorrow, so we're very grateful you're here, to share his fellowship experience to date and the value of the training he is receiving at one of the highest volume surgical epilepsy centers in North America. Please welcome Dr. Prasad.
Thanks, Ms. Malloy. Hi everyone, my name is Anand Prasad. I'm a neurosurgeon who was mentioned earlier, was trained here at Royal University Hospital, graduating in 2023. And I did my medical school in the University of Alberta and completed a fellowship last year as well at Stanford University, focused on brain tumors and functional mapping, which is related to epilepsy as well. I'm currently completing fellowship training at Western University in London, Ontario, which actually, amazingly enough, performs in the top 3 highest volumes of epilepsy surgery in North America and potentially the world. It's a very, very high quality training program. I will be starting at Royal University Hospital here as a full-time neurosurgeon on August 1st of this year. And because of this training, I'll be able to help the extensive multidisciplinary team that Dr. Kelly mentioned earlier with generating a highly efficient surgical epilepsy program. They'll be able to treat patients with all manners of complexity of epilepsy. Before more details, I'd like to very appreciatively thank the Royal University Hospital Foundation and their donors for supporting my fellowship training. And because of this, I've been able to acquire the skills that are needed to start this type of program. I'd also like to thank personally Mr. Merlis Belcher and his family for your generous donation. Because of this donation, any of this will be possible from a surgical perspective. It's an invaluable gift. Thanks to this donation, we'll be able to perform surgeries to detect the location of seizures in complex regions of the brain and plan for complex epilepsy surgery for patients with seizures here in Saskatchewan. You might be wondering, everyone knows a little bit, but what is epilepsy? What is epilepsy surgery and why is a robot needed for this? What is the robot doing? Epilepsy is very simply stated a disorder that causes patients to have seizures. This can be very disabling. Patients can appear to be completely normal, but the seizures restrict what they can do, what jobs they can work, whether they can drive, and actually a subset of patients with seizures can die each year from having these seizures in an uncontrolled manner. Patients can get hospitalized from seizures, and this can put them into comas, and this can require ICU stays and hospital treatment requiring days or even longer. As mentioned earlier, Saskatchewan has a population of 1.2 million people, and approximately 12,000 people will statistically have epilepsy. Most of these people will get better with medications, thankfully, which is managed by our extremely skilled neurology colleagues, but 1/3 of these, around 4,000 people, might be candidates for further investigation and potentially surgical treatment of their epilepsy. As Dr. Kelly mentioned, surgical treatment of epilepsy is highly effective, and in patients who are correctly selected can actually result in a complete cure of their seizure. And the surgery has many phases. So the whole point of this robot, getting along to this finally, is an operation called stereoelectroencephalography, or SEEG, colloquially called depth electrodes. So this is doing a monitoring procedure for patients with seizures in Saskatchewan at present. Mostly consists of doing surface monitoring, which is putting stickers on the head and then looking at the electrical signals. And this is really good actually for figuring out where the seizures are coming from roughly. But there are patients with complex types of seizures, and the neurologists get these hints of, that symptom doesn't quite fit, or, this imaging looks a little bit funny, and need to look in greater detail with an electrode in a place in the brain that's nearby to the typical targets that we take. And doing this can enable operations that would have otherwise either been missed or not considered to be useful. We put generally now 16 to 22 electrodes into the brain to figure out where the seizures are coming from, and whether it's a part of the brain that can be surgically even removed to stop the seizures. Without a robot, it's not practical to put this many electrodes into the brain. This type of surgery has been done before at RUH, but this has been like a maximum of 6 electrodes, maybe 8 electrodes at the most, and it's been a procedure that takes most of the day. With the help of the robot, putting in 16 to 22 electrodes is a simple task that can be finished before lunchtime. This can even be 2 surgeries in a day, if we get to the capacity to be able to monitor those patients in the seizure investigation unit. Using the information from these electrodes, we can plan these surgeries to either remove a piece of the brain that's causing seizures, to disconnect it, or to put in electrical systems that can modulate the seizures in the brain using external electrical currents. And this robot actually also, beyond putting in the electrodes to find the epilepsy, can help put in the electrodes to treat the epilepsy in patients who need to have the epilepsy treated with wires. It's a key component of any seizure center that's going to want to treat complex epilepsy. And to loop back to the point that's been made by the others, buying this type of equipment attracts specialists with subspecialized abilities. As an epilepsy surgeon without a robot, it would be very difficult or impossible to do this job. without having this donated. So once again, thanks to Mr. Belcher and his family. In the current fellowship, which is halfway done, I've gained the skills to do actually all of these procedures. It's a comprehensive center. Dr. Stephen, who Dr. Kelly alluded to earlier, is my main boss, and he's a world-renowned specialist who attends all the meetings and knows sort of all the major players in epilepsy. He does lots and lots of surgeries. The rest of them are also experts, Dr. McDougall, Dr. Lau, and Dr. Derival-Pierre. In total, like myself as part of this team, has operated on over 100 patients since July of this past year, specifically with epilepsy. And I've had a chance to learn a lot and to really master the skills that are required to perform these operations. And in terms of the impact on patients, I've had the chance to see patients of, particularly Dr. Stevens, even 20 years out from their surgeries, who still don't have seizures. And these patients all comment that they get their lives back. It makes a huge impact on patients' lives, and it will be a very nice thing to have available for the province of Saskatchewan. There is no reason that people with epilepsy from Saskatchewan shouldn't be able to access world-class care right here at home. Once again, I'd like to thank the Royal University Hospital Foundation, the donors, and Mr. Belcher for all that they've given to new specialists like myself and to the people of Saskatchewan, and I'm excited to see what we can build together. Thank you.
For your time and energy in acquiring the complex skills required to operate the neurological robot. Your dedication and commitment means so much to patients living with epilepsy in our province. Thank you. RUH has a proud story to tell. RUH Foundation and our donors have been major contributors to that story for more than 40 years. Today we begin a new chapter in that story, one that will greatly enhance epilepsy and seizure care in Saskatchewan. RUH Foundation is grateful to Merlis Belcher and family for their visionary and inspiring gift, and look forward to working with other donors in reaching our goal of $1.2 million. Our fundraising success will ensure that Dr. Prasad's new skills will be used upon his return from Ontario. Working together with the Government of Saskatchewan and the Saskatchewan Health Authority, we are ensuring that RUH continues to have the resources needed to perform its role as the largest hospital in Saskatchewan, providing some of the most seriously ill patients with the most complex critical care in the province. Seizures are unpredictable. Individuals who live with these random occurrences know all too well the challenges associated with having them. Thanks to the generous support of Merlis Belcher and his family, and our donors across the province, we are helping chart a new course in the delivery of seizure care in Saskatchewan, one that will bring new hope for individuals living with drug-resistant epilepsy. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.